look, he's a 82 cap All Black centre, so he's not a bad signing to be having next year. So he replaces Jordy Barrett next year as such, and it hasn't gone down that well, obviously, with Irish supporters because of what happened at the World Cup. But I always take that stuff with a pinch of salt. Like, it's what happens on the field stays on the field, in regardless of anything, in my head anyway. And I know, like, Johnny went back at him in his book and stuff, so he added a kind of more fuel to the fire, I think, which is mad. But Johnny wouldn't let things go that easy anyway. He's just that type of character. But it'll be good. It'll be great for some of our younger lads, and it'll be good for the Irish lads as well to see him, and I suppose on a more personal level now, and see what type of fella he is, and what he's about really. Because I always say, like, there's some, like, you'd often come up against lads on the pitch and you said that lad is a fucking so and so, and then you meet him off the field for the first time and you actually sit down with him for half an hour and you're saying, "Jeez, this fella is so sound, like, he's absolutely bang on." But sure, he's just rotten on the field, like. But that's,
but sure, like,
most good lads are like,
they
take your life, like.
But sure, it's not what you want. Like, how do you judge a player? Well, if you'd love to have him on your team and hate to be playing against him, that's a good sign. You know?
Yeah, exactly. So,
but I'm sure when he puts big performances in next year, that'll be all forgotten about.
You'd hope so.
Especially up around these parts. Maybe down in the south, they mightn't forget as quick.
I know. All good though.
In terms of Ioane coming to play for Leinster, what would be the big attraction for him? Would it be just coming to play for a massive club like Leinster?
Yeah.
Like, obviously he's a big kind of blues player out there, and
well, one thing would be obviously the coaching. So he knows he's going to get really good coaching. He's going to be getting IQ obviously as well. So in terms of what way the Irish system works, what way the South African system would work in terms of their D, because Jack has come from there. So he'll be bringing back IQ from two kind of top 4 teams in the world with themselves, the All Blacks, like. So he'll get to know individuals a little bit more, and he'll be around for the next World Cup. So there's a lot of that in probably why Geordie came as well. And the other thing about them is they're very well managed. So they don't play every game. They play, let's say, 13 or 14 games. So it's not that much. They would play actually more in Japan, if they did go to Japan, because Japan season is a massive pre-season. You could play 10 games in a pre-season, and then you play, I think, 11 or 12.
And who decides how many games to play?